and we are cooking up some great fare using fresh ingredients from right across the country. So it's all about the cherries, and you know, you might be spending a bit of money to get them, but man, are they worth it. Oh. It's for such a short period of time that you get this super fresh produce that is local. I know I have already eaten a whole pint.
I'm driving,
bought it, ate it.
You're driving down the road, the market's there, the brakes come on, you got to buy whatever's there because it's fresh and it's fantastic.
It's you turn to now legal as long as there's a fruit thing.
That's right.
Yeah,
as long as
you're
fruit stand, you're allowed to
so many meters. Okay with it. So you're going to make a Niagara cherry-glazed chicken breast.
Well, and that's it. I wanted to show that cherries aren't always for dessert. I mean, you know, we see cherry glazes, cherry sauces, but then we kind of worry, how do we really make them? And it's quite easy.
Right.
You know, but what I wanted to do here was just do simple chicken breast, just a nice crunchy salt, a little bit of pepper, and then just a little bit of oil. And Randy, you ready for this? Because this one's going to smoke good. We're going to go, oh, it's not too bad. We're going to...
Oh, wait till you get the middle.
And then what we're going to do is just let the... There we go.
Skin. You have to have the skin.
Yeah. Whoa.
The skin is the flavor.
And people, the people put things in pans and they say, why does it always stick? Don't just drop it in. Let it kind of, you know, settle in a minute, right?
Right.
And it releases the skin and allows it. And then once you're done, then leave it alone and let it cook. But what I want to do is I just want to brown those up first. And I do a lot of my stews like this too. Is I find that to make the sauce and to cook the chicken, it's hard to get the timing the same.
Right.
You know, and people say, well, okay, I brown off the chicken and I throw in my sauce and my chicken's done, but the sauce is too thin.
Yes.
Well, then why don't you just take the chicken out?
Right.
You know, like it's so what I like to do is brown it first, get the color, get the flavor to the pan, and you can see we're already, look at that, already. Beautiful.
Oh, so good.
You know, but
I find timing is one of those really difficult things in cooking. Like, it gives me relief to hear you say that, yes, timing's problem.
I think it's the most common question I get is like, how long for this?
How do you make
long
it
for
all
that?
work?
And I go, I don't know.
We really don't help when we say when it's done.
You just feel it.
My brother hates me because he's like, I got a 5-pound roast. How long? When it's done.
I don't know. I'll tell you that when it's done.
There's no right answer. You got to feel it.
You got it. You do. But there's tips that make it easier, and I think this is one of them because really and truly, you just brown that off, and then obviously you wouldn't put it on the raw one, so you have a fresh plate. You just take it out. And then, now I'm going to make my sauce. So I throw some shallots in here, you know, maybe add a little bit of butter to it because everything's better with butter, right?
Absolutely.
And then these cherries, and all I've done is pitted them, and that's it. A little bit of juice.
So I pit them by eating them? I eat half, and then the other half has no pit in it.
When the recipe says for a pound of cherries, you got to buy 2 because you won't have a pound by the time you get to the recipe.
You're going to eat
actually
half
have that many.
I know.
I know,
it's
right?
It's like the peas. You shuck the peas, and you eat more than you shuck.
I had them under a lock, so Tracy couldn't get it. But yeah, so, and it really, this is simple because what you're going to do is you're going to saute it down. Just got a little bit of wine laying around, you know, but a little splash of wine in there.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you just simmer that, and you're building a sauce. You're creating flavors, you know. But the other thing I wanted to show you is, you know, Randy was doing all the different types of zucchinis, but there's all these great little baby zucchinis now too. You know, you got the baby green zucchini, but these are patty pan squash, which is kind of the same family.
Okay.
Great flavors. And so what I've done is literally just chopped them up into different shapes, and I love the shape of that.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Your kids will want to eat that just because it looks cool.
What I do though is I would just cut them in half so you can actually see the shape because I think it looks cool on the plate. Right? And then I blanch them in hot water. I was going to say hot soapy water. That wouldn't.
Don't do that.
Not
salty.
Salty water.
There you go.
But just boil them, and then what you do is you just toss them in a little bit of butter, like that.
A little more butter.
Just a little bit more butter.
Butter.
This is like the chef's behind-the-scenes secret.
Butter
equals flavor.
You could use bacon fat, but...
Yeah, you could do that too.
We'll go with butter.
We'll stick with butter.
A little bit more garlic in there, and then fresh thyme. I think bringing the, you know...
Nice.
Aromatics.
But what we're going to do is get that going. While this is starting to reduce down, now you just add a little bit of chicken stock.
Okay.
Right, and the idea is you reduce the wine, concentrate it, allow the flavors to develop, and then you add in your stock, and you make your braising.
And this is sort of one of those processes. You sit back, you wait. It takes some time to thicken up, right?
You know how
Just
it goes.
Be patient.
A little bit of wine in the pot, a little bit of wine in the glass,
yes.
a little bit of wine in the glass.
Wine and cherries is what you're consuming.
And you're always looking for that finished product. You want the larger bubbles. So we got down to larger bubbles, and then we kind of thinned it out with the stock.
Right.
So when you start seeing the larger bubbles come up, that's when you know you're getting close to the reduction that you're looking for.
Got it.
There you go. It's all about the bubbles.
It's
how long does that take?
Bubbles.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It takes as long as it takes.
But the idea is, though, is what I like too is you can do this, and then now, because you put it in a nice cast iron pot, you can just throw it right in the oven.
Okay.
So you literally will just take that,
Yeah.
And then put it in an ice. You know, it depends, again, what temperature. Well, you could do it, I wouldn't go higher than like 425, but if you got more time, drop it down to like 350.
Okay.
But you know, look at this, it kind of, all of a sudden now you've got a sauce that's around the chicken.
Nice.
The chicken's cooked, you've got a glaze there. And then I've got my vegetables here, so a little bit of Swiss chard.
Oh, nice.
A little bit of stems from the Swiss chard you can throw in there.
Here we go.
Whoop, whoop,
So you use the stems too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
What do you do? What did you do to the stems? You just
the stems are a little
down?
what I do is I cut them separately and I just again blanch them.
Okay.
You know, because they're gonna take longer to cook than the actual leaves.
Right.
So you just do something simple like that, and then I love this because, yeah, perfect. But I mean, this is healthy.
It is good.
You know?
Sure it is.
I mean, you know, a little bit of butter's okay.
The butter's good for you.
Butter, come on.
Healthy fat.
That's why you got to put it in there, otherwise it's too healthy. And then next thing you know,
that's
you're going for
wrong.
runs and marathons and
Oh,
things like that.
geez.
It's all wrong, you
Don't
know.
want that.
Yeah. So, but you know, get a nice sauce over top, and away you go. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Nice
so that is on cityline.ca. I think you guys have been really creative with your recipes today. Love them.